everyone. iOS 18.2 has just officially came out, which means that iOS 18.3 is probably going to be coming out in a beta probably sooner than later. And I'd probably say that for the most part, if you are going to go through and install a beta, it's probably, iOS 18.3 is going to be bringing some really interesting stuff. Now, number one, a very big thing to keep in mind is that the release date of the first beta of iOS 18.3 is probably going to be roughly around, I would probably say roughly around, the next week or two. I think before 2025 or 2024 ends and before 2025 starts, I think we could probably get that next beta. So I think this in and of itself could be a really cool thing. I think if you're going through and installing a beta, I think it'd be really nice to basically have a version of software like this that's going to be giving you a little bit of an improvement there. Now, when it comes down to the features, I'm really not too sure what features we could probably expect from that type of version of software. I think there could be some improvements with some other areas of this device, but I genuinely don't know what Apple could bring that's beyond than just Apple Intelligence features. I think a big thing Apple's probably going to end up doing, it's just like how they've done before, they're going to continue to refine that Photos application. That app just keeps getting more and more complaints. More and more people just don't want anything to do with that application. And I think sooner rather than later, Apple's going to have to go through and overhaul that application to make it look like what it was before. I think there's a very high likelihood something like that could end up happening. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen, but like I said, I think sooner rather than later, something like that may end up happening here for the most part. Beyond that though, I think this version of software, iOS 18.3, is going to go through and it's going to improve a lot from the stability standpoint. Now that we're coming into probably the middle cycle of this version's release, I'm probably going to say this is when Apple's going to probably focus more on stability rather than going through and, adding a bunch of features. I think after them going through and basically updating and fixing all their issues with the Photos app and some other areas, I think they're really going to be focusing in on the stability aspect. And then once iOS 18.3.1 and 18.3.2 come out, I think that's when Apple's really going to start pretty much really fixing and working on iOS 19. So they're not really going to go through and focus a lot of issues on iOS 18 anymore. So ultimately, that's kind of what we could expect for iOS 18.3 and kind of what iOS 18 looks like in the year 2025. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.